Hey guys, we're gonna do a little end of the year review here from the Lockjaw Bass Club. Kind of give you the stats of what happened this year. We're gonna talk about upcoming year, maybe what we'll do next year. I'll say maybe what we'll do. Just talk about some lakes and stuff. Get everybody thinking about that. I know it's early. You know, we got deer season and duck season and everything else coming up here pretty soon. Everybody's mind's gonna be on that. But I'm going to do some more videos throughout the next couple of months just to keep everybody thinking, keep everybody up and tackle what's going on. We're going to have our end of the year Christmas party, of course. I'm going to get with the rest of the officers. We'll get a date on that, and I'll put that out as soon as we get that going. Of course, that's where the top 6 will get their awards, and the Big Bass will get his award and all that good stuff. So let's jump right into it and look at stats for this year, Angler of the Year. Let's go with that. Our top 10 was as follows. Trenton Smith was in 10th place. Leslie Bowman was in 9th. 8th went to Chad Lejean. 7th, Casey McDonald. 6th, Mike Brown. 5th, John Ledoux. 4th, Jared LeBlue. 3rd, Joey Romero. 2nd, Austin Brown. And our Angler of the Year is Jimmy Brown with an outstanding performance this year, man. I mean, awesome. He had a 603, which is better than a 100-point average, which is awesome. But all in all, man, it was a tough year. I mean, it was tough. We had some some pitiful tournaments, man. Everybody enjoyed themselves. Everybody had a good time. I don't think we had any problems as far as, you know, major breakdowns or anyone getting hurt or anything like that. So that's always a plus. We always like to see that and have everybody ready to go for the next year without anything major happening. So let's take a look at these stats, and we can all cry together when we see this. Let's see. So we had 9 tournaments. We take our best 6, so you can drop 3. We had 3 on the. Am I right? Yeah, we had 3 on the Calcasieu. We had 2 on the Sabine. We had 3 on Toledo, and 1 on Sam Rayburn. Yep. So. Efforts this year. So, you know, this is how many people fished throughout the year. We had 168 efforts, I guess you can say. Number of fish caught. Wow. 368 total on the year. I mean, that's just low. Good grief. Total number of pounds, 515.6. Which gave us an average fish of 1.4. That's about how much they weighed. So the average stringer this year, and this is this is just a stifling number. I mean, it's amazing. It was 3.06. Big bass this year. I told y'all that already. I think it was a 491, but you know, it averaged at a tournament. Big bass was averaging about 3.26. First place team. In order to get a first place this year, you needed, you know, 10.1 pounds. I mean, obviously there was a couple of those bigger than that, but that was what it averaged out to. The biggest stringer we had this year was 1436 out of Toledo. The second biggest, and this is shocking, the second biggest was at Sabine with a 13.15, almost 14 pounds. But yeah, that's to get a second place, your average had to be about 8.05, and a third place average was about 7.42. Here's some more craziness. Limits, individual limits. This year we had 42 individual limits. That's pretty low. Team limits, even better. We had 41 team limits. good God, man. I mean, it was a tough year. Like I said, it was, whew, there's some rough stats right there. I don't know if this is going on all over. I don't know. I don't know what other clubs are doing. If, you know, in comparison to what they've done before, I have no idea. But we've been in this slump for like 3 years, like since COVID. It's just been weird. Bad, you know, just not a lot of limits, not a lot of big fish, just tournament fishing wise, tournaments are just not doing well with us. But our numbers as far as people fishing the tournaments are really good. We've had probably one of our best years as far as steady. You know, it's not too bad looking at that. I'm thinking just a brief look right here. I think our average is looking about 20 guys, 19, 20 guys a tournament, which is not bad. Not for our club. We had 44 members this year, I think. Let me see. 43. We had 43 members this year. So we had a good year, man. I mean, as far as for participation and stuff, that was great. But, whew, man, the catches were out. I don't have it. I don't know where our, let me see if I can get back to this. I know we posted on, see if I can find it. We posted on the top 10 tournament. Yeah, Austin Brown won the top 10 tournament. Congratulations to him. He had 7.09 pounds with a 2.19 kicker. Brought him in a little bit of cash. It was, you know, that tournament was pretty good, man. It was hot. Good God, it was hot. But it was a decent tournament. And I think, and no, I know we had 10 people fishing. Normally our top 10, for whatever reason, we don't have all 10 people fishing. Normally somebody's always got something going on. They can't be there. You know, it's normally down quite a bit from 10. But this year, I think all 10 people showed up and fished, which was awesome. I mean, that's what you'd hope for with the top 10. So that was good. We gave out some door prizes at the top 10 this year, which was good. I mean, I think I forgot what I said the total of that was, but it was up there. It was over, well over 5. I mean, I forgot. It might be, I don't know. It was up there. It was a good deal. Let's see, next year. So everybody needs to get to thinking about next year and what we're gonna do as far as lakes and stuff like that. You know, I've been hearing some scuttlebutt about, you know, maybe Caney. People have been talking about that. We haven't fished there in a while. We fished there before, and not that long ago, but they talk about maybe going back there. You know, Rayburn, I don't know if he'll make it back or not. That's one of those lakes that is funny like that. You know, we had a bad year on Rayburn this year, and I can't explain why. I have no idea. I mean, we had some bad weather. Don't get me wrong, but it was pitiful. But in saying that, you know, that kind of makes people not want to go, because it's not like it's a hop, skip, and jump away, and it's not like it's a lake that a lot of the guys in our club fishes a lot. I like fishing it, but you know, it depends. I mean, I just soon go to Toledo than there, but Toledo, of course, is always going to be on the roster. That always makes it at least one, if not two tournaments. I think the Calcasieu will be on there. You know, again, if not 1, 2, hell, this year we did 3, so they ain't no telling. I think the Sabine will probably make it again. It normally does. You know, the Mermenthal's one that used to play a lot. I don't know. It depends. That's one of those weird ones. Chico, I mean, that's a grinder all the time, but sometimes it makes it in, and, you know, we fish there. We haven't fished our Alexandria lakes in a while. You know, Indian Creek, Coattail, Kincaid, and those are, you know, iffy. It depends on the membership and how they want to fish it. Sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. You know, like this year, I've been watching. They've been having some night tournaments at Kincaid, and they've been catching some studs out there, which is good. I'm glad to see Kincaid doing something again. I don't know. You know, I don't know about the other ones. I haven't heard anything on Indian Creek, to be honest with you. Probably in the last few years, I haven't. I mean, that lake has been, and maybe somebody's catching. I don't know, but I haven't been hearing nothing. I haven't been in a couple of years, which is unusual because I normally go 2 or 3 times a year. But Coattail, that's another one I normally go to. You know, quite a few times, and I haven't been there. Of course, I think the last 2 years the lake hadn't been drained or down to nothing. So I don't know. Those lakes are always in play, but it just depends. Like I said, sometimes you can get them boat in, sometimes you can't. I would like to see us hit some new places, you know, but we always try, man. Our goal is to get as many people to these tournaments as possible. You know, I mean, you want your membership to be there. You know, if you got 45 members, I mean, I'd love to see all 45 members there, but that'll never have, that don't happen anywhere. But you want as many as you can at your tournaments. So you got to be you got to be thinking about that when you boat these lakes in. You know, what's that one over there, Henderson? You know, Henderson's a good drive, man. And you don't catch. I mean, people catch fish there. It's a good fishery. I like Henderson, but it's not like you driving there to go and catch 15 and 20 pound sacks, you know. But if it brings a good crowd, you know, that's where we want to go. It historically does not, but just some things to think of, you know, when we're voting these lakes in, is will it bring people, you know, are people going to show up for this stuff? You know, I love the Alexandria Lakes, but if it's not going to bring a lot of people, then yeah, I don't want that for a club tournament. So just some things to think about for next year. Y'all look around, you know, there may be some areas that we haven't fished that might be a good draw, that might get some people to it. I don't know. There's a lot of lakes in this in this state, and there's a lot that we've never fished. But you know, our club travels well to well-known lakes, if that makes sense. It will not travel well to some place that no one knows about. I mean, that's just the history of this club. So keep that in mind. But just think about it, and if anybody has any thoughts on any kind of, you know, rule changes or things they want to see or don't want to see or whatever, our January meeting, that's the only time we do rules. That's the only time we change rules or add rules or whatever. That's when it happens. So, you know, be mindful of that. You need to be at that meeting, especially if you have any ideas on stuff like that. And hopefully everybody has a good rest of the season, good hunting season. If you're not a hunter and you're going to be fishing, I wish you well on the lakes. See most of y'all at the Christmas party or at our January meeting. Until then, I'll put out a couple more videos just to keep in touch and keep everybody thinking about it. And then maybe we'll come up with some new stuff for next year. Anyway, till next time, see y'all then.